said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill in jail to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary. 'Cause comfortable is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
to anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-da-doo-da-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. The world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be afraid. But every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee. Dee, a fwit-dee-dee-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Adventures waiting further down the road. Let's go! Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. La-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
So many technical difficulties. Did I say theoretical or technical? Theoretical. Yes, I'm here. And among those technical difficulties is a breakdown of communications. But I am here. I am alive. And I am down to craft. Oh, so freaking hard. So turns out that Shoshi, our regular hosts of Shoshi and Cubby, by a weird confluence of time and space and scheduling, were not able to be here both at the same time. And it's very rare for both Shoshi and Cubby to not be able to start up the show. But there was some confusion because anyways, this epic long tale. But I'm here. And you know what? I am not a morning person. So Yeah. Oh, and you're going to be doodling. Hey, VLF. So, yeah. Whew. I haven't set up any cam. My studio is a god-awful mess. I have a stack of projects. So, I'm going to say right now, this mayhem accurately represents all of everything that we are dealing with in our life. I hope I didn't just close this window, please. Okay, it's still there. We got a kitty. You also are not a morning person, I take it.
Not really.
No. Here we are, a couple of evening people being forced to do the show. Not that 12:30
no,
or
I like
yeah. You're still a human cyborg gunslinger, and I'm still a goblin rogue.
it. Good.
Well, hello there, Nina Lee. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Good morning. How are you?
Good. I'm realizing we shared this space with another group, and I need to clear up all their stuff to put Brent in here somewhere.
In the physical space that you are in right now?
Yeah, but actually, I could just scoot over and we could share this little spot. It's fine.
Yeah. It's
Oh, can you hear me okay? I have the microphone kind of far away.
yeah, you sound like you're a little far away, but I can definitely hear you.
Tell me if this is better. We shouldn't be doing this during the show. Is anyone here? Hello?
Yeah, we got Nina Lee, we've got Victorian London Fog. There's a few other people that were watching that were like, F this, I'm out of here. Screw you. You guys are clearly unprofessional. Oh my God. Yeah. Sleep. What? Now I can't hear you at all. Whatever you did, I would say it made it just a little bit worse. just a little bit worse. Oh my gosh. And here we are in the nature's wonders of the wild crafter. Speak.
Okay, well, I was gonna wait for Brent to get here, but I'm gonna just go ahead and start. We started making these on the stream last week, and I was just gonna show you the final result.
That was amazing.
I added some rhinestones.
Perfect.
And
oh, you got the nice.
Yeah, so
Weedy boo bop bee bop boobity bop.
And I hung it
the backside
on a chain so that I could play it while I was at the party.
That's perfect. Let me see the backside.
So the backside is hollow, just this piece of wood that we got from, it was like a little tray from the dollar store. And the butterfly is something that someone gave me at the party. So I stuck it on there. Question for both of you from Victorian London Fog. I feel like give you hugs, but I can't. So I'm drawing my goblins giving hugs. So if you were to be hugged by 2 3-foot goblins, how would you want them to hug you?
That was
I would think high around the waist, and then
around the neck.
Grab their little heads.
I would hold them like this. They would be hugging me around the neck, and I would be hugging them. So I haven't told anybody this yet, because it's only been a month. But we adopted a cat from a rescue, and he is not a lap cat. He is not a hugger. He is not a cuddler. He is very But he does accept pets and he does accept belly rubs, which is interesting for a non-hugging cat.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would be picking up this cat and demoing the appropriate hugging technique of a 3-foot goblin, because that's basically what he is. He's like a ninja, though. He is invisible at times. So where the last boy was a murder beast, this guy's like a ninja. Although we do have a cat actually named Ninja that is a cast member child. I love your little hair thing like this.
Oh yeah, the wearing a wig will do that.
Yeah, that's why I had
fun.
to shower this morning. My hair was a crazy mess. Oh wow, looking at the comments here. Yeah, right? Same. I looked at the clock and it was Magnus goes to work, like he gets up at 4 to go to work. I was still playing video games when he got up. And then because I'm trying to turn my brain off from everything.
Mm-hmm.
And like, okay, so then I'm like, oh, you're up. I need to go to bed. So I go to bed. And then yeah, it just, and then 6:30 rolled around. Oh, hey, we got more company. This one. Hey.
Hi,
everybody. Good morning.
Also,
Good morning.
you are more of a morning person than any other person on the screen right now. Not that you
Are you
are a
kidding
morning
me?
person, but you do get up at daytime hours.
Yeah, I mean, that's merely because I have a contract with my young, with all my dependents. I mean, left to my own devices, I would never get up. But between chickens, kittens, and kids, humorously, I thought I would just jump on because it would all still be set up from last night, but it's totally not. So I'm standing surrounded by a litter of hats and
Oh my gosh.
cameras. So I was like, oh great, oh God. So,
Yeah, same. I went to fire up my laptop and it's like couldn't connect to the internet. So then I was like, oh, let me just restart it. And then I went to restart it and it was like, oh yeah, we got all these freaking updates you need to do. It's going to be about 5 minutes. And then 8 minutes later, I was like, and I'm like begging my laptop to fire up. And it did. And then I was able to hop on, and it was definitely not chaos and stress this morning at all.
right.
So Sundays are coming.
I just saw comments. Good morning, London. Good morning, Nina Lee. I can't see if there's anybody else out there right now, but I'm happy to see all of y'all's faces.
Ansa, Victorian London Fog has a question for you. They're drawing
This
a
is
picture.
a really, I know it said both of us, but I'm pretty sure it applies to Ansa too.
Yeah, and she wants to know how you would hug a goblin.
If you were to be hugged by 2 3-foot goblins, how would you want them to hug you? Okay. So 3-foot goblins. So the options appear to me to be either standing on each other's shoulders, in which case you're getting the pelvic hug and the face hug, which is definitely presents comic possibilities. There's I thought we were hugging, but we're actually having a barroom brawl where one is wrapped around your legs and the other is wrapped around the back of your head. Technically still hugging, technically an embrace. Having spent a lot of years hugging very short people as a parent, of course, you spend a lot of time just trying to get down to somebody's eye level so you don't make them feel self-conscious about being short and doing this. So, surprise me.
These are all really good, well thought out answers.
Do you guys, hey, good morning. Do you guys want to see kittens?
Yeah. Hey, Brent.
Hey, Brent.
Hey, Sir David Brisbane.
I got a special guest. Your special guest is probably better at driving than mine here. Could be loud. Be warned. What do we
loud
got?
because the kittens are playing with chainsaws, or loud because
I'm gonna do a little bit. I'm gonna do a little bit of the show from in here, just so that the kittens can't climb all over me. Hi, guys. Can I sit on that? Yes. You guys are still allowed to talk and stuff. I just thought you might.
I know, I'm distracted by how
mesmerized.
adorable the kids are.
This is their mama.
Oh,
She's a little teenager herself. She never
I was
should have.
gonna say that's the mama. Is that what you said?
She's 4 pounds.
Oh my God.
What? A 4-pound cat had babies.
Yeah,
They must have weighed more than her.
right. These guys, exactly. So these babies, they got to put on 3 more ounces, and then they'll actually be heavy enough to be spayed and neutered, respectively, so that they don't go through the same thing. Because technically, these guys. So this one is the biggest biter. This is Tallulah. Don't be fooled by her super sweet wildcat face, because she is a killer, stone cold killer.
How are you not hugging the hell out? Yeah, there it is. See,
Oh, yeah.
I would be hugging the hell out of that face.
Oh yeah. So I've got one on each knee now. I'm like the Sphinx.
Ah.
Everyone thinks I do this to show off my cleavage, but it's honestly just because the cats are so cute that the other kittens are incidental, right? Right. So there's 4 plus mama. There's another
And there's
one.
one getting up and yawning from the table behind you. So
Oh yeah, there you
there's
go.
a possibility of an ambush. They chose not.
It just jumped on my computer. Hold on. There we go. It literally jumped onto the mouse pad and you guys go away. Yes. So we try very hard to get anything done around here, but it's not easy.
Yeah, kittens are really hard to resist.
And they're literally here for this job. Like the reason they're here is so that we can socialize them and make them adoptable.
Uh-huh.
Hey babies. And they're desperate to get out of this room at this point. They've been in here for 2 weeks and they went from being shy, quiet little things to people who can climb up into my craft supplies and wreck all my plants. So all my aloes look like, it's like the leftovers of hentai night. There's like broken tentacles all over the ground because they keep climbing.
no.
So, a
Ooh,
quick
aloe.
note on the aloe. I was told that I had to get rid of my aloe plants.
Because of cats?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I had looked them up and they said they were neutral. That's good to know. Yeah, because I had made a point of moving all the other plants out of here. All right, thank you. Good note. Kittens. Hey, Sir David Percival. It's funny. I guess I can only see some comments, and like maybe there's other ones coming in somewhere else.
No, this is what we got.
Where's I didn't see the I can't see London's question about goblins unless that was from somewhere else.
That was
That was
early.
Anyway.
Scrolled up before you got here.
Okay. Well, hi everybody. I was in the middle of making a cake too, so I have I'm going to carry you into the other room to finish a cake in a minute. Oh, there's a kitten. Can you see the whiskers?
Yeah, I saw the whiskers.
Climbing
They're so
over the
cute.
top of the screen. What are you doing, you little cute little terror? So if I get hung up on, you'll know that it's because of the cutest little whiskery tentacle monsters climbing.
Gosh.
Oh my God.
Play with your hair.
Oh yes.
Aw.
Just opening up different screens. What are you doing? You're a little devil. So this one's got a very stripy belly, little spotty belly. Oh, show the people the belly. Belly. Oh, you're okay, baby. Don't worry, they're not to be roughhoused more than they roughhouse me, I promise. I'm covered in the world's cutest little prickle marks.
Yeah, I was gonna say you've got these little sleeves on. Are they to protect your arms?
I mean, I wear these all the time, but in
I
this
know
case,
you
they
do.
add a layer of protection. So I made the mistake of coming down in here wearing a very short nightgown because, we feed them room service 3 times a day. We bring in like a tray full of separate bowls of food because now they're old enough that they get food aggressive with each other and they huddle over the food and then put their claws in the other kitten's face and push them away. And so we serve little separate dishes of food to keep the peace and make sure everybody gets a chance to eat. And so I came in here early in my nightgown to bring them breakfast. And it's like that nightgown is like first season of Next Generation short. Hot guys of the future are not afraid to wear mini dresses on the Enterprise. And that means that my thighs are covered in like little kitten Little itchy kitten marks. Also, I have all
It
these
took me a
leftover.
second to process what you meant by next generation short. I thought you meant like, oh, the next generation of short dresses. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. No, you mean like Star Trek Next Generation.
Yes, I mean,
Okay.
like, if you think back, there was one shot of Captain Picard wearing one of those awesome man dresses. And I have all these leftover rubber snakes. So it turns out if you stick rubber snakes into a flip flop and you give that to kittens, they can keep themselves busy for a long time because they're trying to pry snakes out of flip flops. And even their mom was like, wait a minute, what is this? So she went into kitten mode too. It was very cute.
That's cute.
Look at that little baby's head. Look at that baby's head. They're fascinated with the computer actually because I let them watch kitty TV sometimes. And so
Okay. I gotta say, so the Ninja Beast, the new critter that we adopted a month ago. It's been a month now. We've had the 1 month anniversary. And he is addicted to kitty TV. It's pretty crazy. He will get up and bap the screen. I think one of the kitties disconnected the dear Ansa.
Yeah. She'll be back.
I'm blaming the cats.
Yep. It's like I can see the code on the back of this. What the hell is that? Holy Hannah. I didn't even know. Wow, if these kittens were like cyber hackers, they'd be.
And what's funny is I know exactly what sequence of buttons they push.
Yes, cats these days are so spoiled. In our case, Mab, I put, I'm sure that you've got the kitty TV I have observed so far as a recent kitty TV person is the version that is like very compelling video of like live action birds flying around and that kind of stuff. But then there's also like basically the 8-bit version, which is you put your phone on the ground and it's just mice and fish swimming around. Like there's a rat version.
I bet you would love it. Yeah, we talked about that too.
So I got an iPad or something that you could put down because they keep trying to go around the edge of the screen to figure out where they're going. It's like you can see their little brains trying to map it out. So, and when I'm just trying to like put their food down and not have people climb all the way up my fish nets like happened yesterday, then just being able to slap some kitty TV on. See, look, I got things
we go to YouTube and there is a series of channels that are ad-free and 24 hours live. And there are different parts of the world. So Magnus and I will use that. I'll use it for bird watching. And I'm like, he's like, what is that weird looking bird? And I'll like, that indicates it's in Oregon. And that's
nice.
Yeah. So, and then we'll get the skibbity bap on the screen.
Yeah.
Skibbity bip.
Exactly.
Skibbity bip. And then yesterday, so if there's nothing playing on the TV and it's still on and I haven't turned it off or the show had ended and it just, we have a screensaver on the TV that's old photos. And the other day, a photo of me holding Murder Beast came up on the screen. And the Ninja Beast got curious and was sitting there staring and then did a skibbity bap and smacked the part of the photo that was Murder Beast because they're both dark gray kitties. They're both
of course
the blue kitties. But it was pretty funny. And I'm like, is he wrestling or does he think because this cat had a litter mate? Oh my god, that's like right there. Was that cat butt?
He just climbed over the screen, not helping. I mean, it's so cute, but
it is cute. It is cute.
I don't know what it's doing now. Good Lord. Oh, still there?
Yeah, we're here.
Thanks. Sorry, it's welcome to Disruption TV in Kitten Town.
Yeah.
There we
go.
Today,
the theme of the show today is technical difficulties. Woot, woot.
I am gonna look. If you do not like cats, you should not watch this show today because it is all I got going on. Between like my name means cat, Kitty's name means cat. We got 5 cats in here.
I'm like a Mab cat.
Mab's talking about her cats. Honestly,
I
that
can
handsome
talk
fella
about
there
my
likes
cats if
cats.
anyone needs me to.
Oh my god. All right.
I
listen, now that-
also didn't see the crafts we were working on last week.
yeah, no, I missed that part. I was
Brent and I went to a video game themed party, and so we made game controllers so that we
oh,
could.
that's so cute.
Let me see, Brent.
Yeah, check out Brent.
Is that got
Oh my
like
God.
a antenna?
Yes, wireless, high tech.
You guys are so crafty. All right, you guys, keep it together in here. Don't eat any aloe until I get back. Those are awesome. What a
They
great theme for
are.
a party, too.
Well, the fact that everybody was dressed up like video game characters, and then these guys
And
showed
then
up
we
with
were
the
going around
controllers.
operating them.
Oh my god, that is some like meta.
And how
nerd
many
stuff. I
people
love
were
it.
down with that?
A
Everybody.
bunch, yeah. Even if they weren't dressed as a video game character, they became one.
Right? Well, that's a sim.
Yeah. Most
All you
people
need is
were-
a headband with a green diamond.
Someone had that, yeah.
Yeah.
The craft I'm working on is a confetti cake.
Is it for someone's birthday or just because you're in the mood for confetti cake?
I'm in the mood for confetti cake, and also Paulo is home.
Where the hell is that juggler?
He is currently building a shed because he really only has one more day at home. I don't know, maybe between now and May or June or something. And so we're tearing down. We have a greenhouse, which is very, very old and derelict, as they say. And we're tearing it down and building an addition. But in order to do that, we had to pull all of his juggling props out and all of the stuff out of the greenhouse. Basically, our house is piled sky high with stuff that needs a place to be. So we bought a shed, but you know, gotta have a place to put it. And that was one of those, yes, honey, I could build a shed, but I'm not going to level the ground because I knew that I wouldn't do that to his, like, that's one of those things that you can't really go back and re-level the ground once you build the building. So it's been waiting for him to level the ground the way he wants. As the guy, so he's happily out there secretly on the inside. Paulo Garbanzo is a little old Italian guy who likes to move rocks and dirt around all the time. This is real other fashion.
I didn't know that
So,
was a secret.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, not so secret, eh?
Right.
No, no.
Anybody who doesn't know that about him knows now. He's just
I've actually capitalized on that. And by capitalized, I mean he is one of the he was part of the construction crew of the Mablandia Mermablandia Lagoon.
oh right, of course. Yeah, you know, he not only has an aptitude for it, but it's like it's fulfilling for him. Like I'm willing to lug dirt around because I know it's the thing that needs to happen, but I don't personally actually get any like professional or spiritual satisfaction from the fine art of lugging a wheelbarrow back and forth. He actually like enjoys it. Plus, he needs to go to the gym while he's here anyway. So currently, the gym is called Lug the Sheep.
I heard that
Yeah.
he's building a dishwasher, but now he's building a shed and leveling ground and going to the gym. Like he's the
Yeah.
most industrious person.
Yep, it's
Right?
a good thing. Yeah, because we have a lot going on, you know. And he made time to do a show last night. So here you go, proof of gluten-free confetti cake, hence the polka dots. Boom.
Wow.
So I'm gonna make some little cupcakes.
And all the pictures baking a cake, doing a show.
Right. And we have people come over on Wednesday to play games, and it's his last chance to see some people for a long time. So
Aw.
now we'll have cupcakes. Yeah. So what I caught of the game last night was crazy.
Yeah, kind of like you know, the part where everybody died. That was awesome. Okay, not everybody died, but everybody on the screen died. And then some people made my death worth nothing.
I mean,
because they were like, oh, hey, maybe I will suck up to this guy that was kind of like a bad guy for a while there. Maybe I will make your death pointless and say, I joined the bad guys team.
Are you talking to me?
Like, no, no. Yes, I am.
I think that Kitty's just demonstrating flexible thinking.
She was trying her last shot. Like it was like, I'm dying. I'm going to be dead. Then there is no more. If there's one more shot I could take.
No, that's totally makes sense. I'm not even bothered, but I hope that, I mean, I'm pretty sure Box is dead, which is sad because I kind of liked that character. But
When's the last time you guys had an actual TPK ever?
yeah, we had a whole season of a TPK or a one shot of a TPK.
Yeah, we had an episode where we knew that everyone was going to die. But I don't think we've had one occur organically.
Yeah, usually the cast or the audience goes above and beyond and tries to save. I know that when Kira Tentos was dying, like I made the decision of a noble sacrifice beforehand, and I start to do it and everyone's trying to save Kira Tentos, and I was like, I reached out to Paul and I was like, I'm trying to do a noble sacrifice here, man, for character building, show building.
I got candles to sell.
I didn't even think of that until after the fact that, but yeah.
Well, talking to you people is so much fun that you made my math weird and I ended up making 13 cupcakes.
Yeah.
Because you chose not to make the other ones bigger, or is it because 13 is a better number?
No, just like it wasn't a choice. It was me going, wow, somehow I didn't make these all the same size. So
there you go.
There you go. So the baker's dozen it is. I like your hair, Kitty. I haven't actually seen you not in a wig since I didn't get to make it out to Sherwood.
Ah, yeah. This was me attempting to dye it brown with semi-permanent color.
Oh yeah.
Because I didn't want to get rid of the lightness so that I could change it up again.
Yeah. I got it.
Brown for fair, but it just kind of came out orange and it looks nice.
It's cute. Yeah, it's like real high ginger vibes.
Yeah.
And everybody knows the gingers are the hot mutants.
Hot mutants, exactly.
Also
Oh,
usually sunburned mutants, but yes.
okay. Maybe I'll bring Juniper Snap out. That's another character I had from the Minoite.
Now, if you're dead, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I really liked Box, but
I mean, I have no idea. Like Paul and I didn't talk about any nefarious plans he has on the back end or anything. But like, I don't know. I mean, it sounds like if there's going to be any kind of continued episode next week, it seems like.
No, I think Paul basically said this was the last episode, which is why one of the reasons I did it.
I gotcha. All right. Well, we ended up with 13 and a half cupcakes. So put that in your pipe and smoke it.
So this is what I'm working on.
Oh, that's beautiful. Wow. That has real. Somebody's going to end up with that as a tattoo box.
That's really hard to see all the gorgeous shading I've been working on. But
Hi.
Nina Lee says it's gorgeous too.
Yeah, you're really good at that.
what?
I said you're really good at that.
I didn't actually draw this. I compiled the line art and then I'm coloring it. Yeah, well, wait till it's decorated. I gotta get this better looking.
I want you to know, now that I'm in the kitchen, I have a different cat helping me.
Which one is it? Oh, Tiddles von
Tiddles.
Crowbar.
He just likes to sit at the table. He figures we have 4 cats. He's the only one that sits at the table and just is like, hey man, I'm a people. People sit at the table in these chairs. What a small guy.
Tiddles is adorable. Tiddles is adorable. Adorable. Tiddles. Tiddles. Adorable. Boop.
So
His other dad refer to him as Tid Vicious, which I do think is the best nickname ever.
Okay. Yeah, that officially is the best nickname.
What up, Tids? It's very cute.
So the other person that uses this room just poked his head in like he wanted to use it, but saw us sitting here and then went out.
This room?
Okay.
This room.
Do we have another show right now or something?
No,
No.
he's sharing it with Volgamut.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Right, because you're at the fair.
Yeah, I guess it's fine.
I mean, what do you need to do? Are they asking you to?
No,
Just
he
camp
just
from
came
the-
in and went and left.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I know that we had been hoping to have get Zoran doing some streaming at Sherwood, and they were kept being scheduling conflicts with Volgamut stuff too. So because we want Zoran to do some leatherwork stuff on there. Now Tiddles is trying to stand in my lap.
Oh.
It's my day to be weirdly popular with not helpful felines. I've been boarded. I got very important things to do. You can't even see him because he's just a big black lump.
Beer, beer, beer. Beer, beer. Ding, ding, ding. I'm making a soundtrack. There you go.
Nina Lee and Sir David Percival seem to be talking about pencils and things. I'm not quite sure what they're talking about. My sidelong view of the comments.
Oh, they're talking about the thing. I'm sorry. I was trying to do the thing here. Thank you guys. Excellent flash. You'd put that on your body. I've got a whole series of the hearts, the physical human hearts. But the one for the Be Gay Do Crime thing that I did is like my favorite one.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
And somewhere I can show you the detail of that. Ow, ooh, ow, ooh, ow, ooh.
Ooh, ow, ooh, ow, ooh, ow.
Sorry, every time I stand up,
It's like Blade Runner because you stepped out of the screen, but I could still see you reflected in the mirror behind you.
Nice. I only have this teeny tiny copy of a sticker, but you can.
Oh, I love that one so hard.
Like, so
It's
this
really
is
good.
a compilation of a bunch of different, stuff, and you can't really see the awesome colors in this.
Yeah, I can attest the color on that is really, really great.
This was not a great print as a sticker, which is why it's in my junk pile. But yeah, it's got like the blues and the reds, and it's got a hint of rainbow and blah 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 blah.
A hint of the rainbow, doesn't everybody?
Uh-oh. Whoops. So this fell out of my stuff, but I made one of these. I did some silk screening.
Oh, nice. Oh, it's a bag. Oh, that's great.
It's to carry soup for your family.
That's amazing. You can fit one breast in it.
No, you could probably fit 1.5 titties in there.
What if you had a
That's
bag
really good.
that actually said soup for my family?
I can make that too.
That's actually really great.
So yeah. So you finally got your new ad in your iPad. Oh, really? Oh no. And then, yeah, this is what Sir David Percival is talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When I'm the non-benevolent dictator of the world, there will be a rigorous use of capital punishment. I hate to say it, but also that kind of planned obsolescence is so immoral. Every time they change the chargers on your shit, and it's like just a reason for there to be more electronic waste, and then we're going to complain about how we have to take over other countries in order to get rare earth minerals. You're like, maybe if you didn't make it impossible to fucking use the technology that we have for more than 5 minutes. I just had to finally, I'm on this PC that I don't understand because I've been using a 2012 Mac this whole time because it's the last thing you could get in and Polo could actually work in it. But now it finally won't update because they're like, wait, there are people out there still using 2012s? That's bad for business.
How dare
Let's
you?
make it impossible.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it. It's such a crime, not just against humanity, but against all dwellers of Earth. And they're just allowed to get away with it in the name of capitalism.
Yep.
Golly, stuff like that will radicalize you if you don't watch out. I really didn't mean to sit here. Now I have a 15-pound cat in my lap. But
No,
happy to
there's
see
no
you.
getting up. You live there now.
I'm incapacitated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got this iPad a while ago. But the reason I bought this iPad is because the programs that I was using. So I had an Android tablet with a pencil, an S Pen, I think is what they called it. And I'd been using it to do a lot of artwork for Ansa too. Like
Yeah.
the early tarot paper dolls were from that.
Yeah.
And
They were
then, and I was loving it. And they discontinued the program. It was Adobe that stopped support for Android devices. And they shut down the program. I mean, they gave me plenty of warning, so I was able to export all my stuff. But they shut down the program before I was finished with Ansa's project. And so they were like, the only place we can support this program is on the iPad. And I'm like, crap. So I grabbed a credit card and I got an iPad, like a really nice one, because I'm intending to keep it for a million years. And because I had an old iPad that I got for free when iPads first came out. That's a funny story. But I'll save that. That story involves me being insanely hungover in Salt Lake City. I thought
Lee has a question for you about what program you're talking about.
The program I was talking about was called Adobe Sketch.
Right.
And Adobe Sketch was free. Haha. And it was pretty bad. And then so they had a Sketch, which was a bitmap version, and they had Draw, I think, which was the structure version.
I was using those to draw my stuff.
Because I set you up on how to do it.
Yes. And then they took them away.
Yep. And so now, because they wanted to replace Fresco, which is actually I will admit, a really nice drawing program, but it's only supported on the iPad. It's also available now on PC and probably Mac, but it's harder to draw on a computer unless you have a pen, right?
Yes.
So,
yeah.
I was so mad. Yes, I can see that, Mademoiselle.
Great. With my new computer, it took me till now to figure out how to actually get into the comments, or otherwise I would have been doing better at that. Thank you, London, for the for the illustrations for the poems. Speaking of cats, kitty, 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 kitty.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you dropped it on a dumbbell. Oh my God. Oh my God.
What? Oh God.
So $450 to get the screen replaced, right? Which is half of the cost of a new iPad. And you have to make that debate. Not that an iPad is $900. I don't know. Depends on what kind you get.
I was actually shocked to find out that I could get one for like 300.
Ooh, nice.
Wow. I just have been trying to switch over from all the Apple stuff so that all my things will communicate and that the whole family has one, like all our computers and all our phones, because that way you can be like, oh, great, we're on a trip, but we can all share a charger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same. I did not. I take no joy in going back to Apple products when I was off of them all the way. But
Right.
you can only use Procreate on an iPad, and after having Android tablet with a drawing program on it, I was like, this is fine enough, I guess. But then when the pencil stopped working, the stylus, I couldn't find another stylus that was compatible with it. And I was like, fuck it, I just need to get the right thing. And the right thing is Procreate, and Procreate only comes on Apple.
Damn it.
Yep.
Look, I made a quiche because our chickens have so many eggs right now. I don't want to tell people and have them rock my house, but I'm like actually trying to find ways to use a dozen eggs. So I just made this quiche with a gluten-free crust that I made myself. I'm not the worst. Ooh, oh God.
Oh, that's awesome.
What is happening there? That's what you get for skinny dipping wrapped in salami. Look at my secret meth lab of eggs over here. Ooh.
Whoa.
Right?
Sexy.
They can have her.
Seriously. This is Madame Ansa at the strip club. Rolling in eggs.
Just dropping eggs at the club.
Dropping it. Whoa.
With your eggs. Everybody is looking
Shows
at my
up.
eggs.
I have an ignorant question for the chicken owner. Do they
Yes,
drop
please.
feathers pretty regularly too, like how cats shed? Do they defeather?
They with chickens, they do it all in one go. So they like usually once a year each hen will molt not all but a lot of their feathers, and they don't tend to do it all at the same time. Sometimes you'll find a few around where like they have a little tussle or whatever. If you find a lot of feathers and somebody hasn't molted, it means someone's been killed, because they don't usually drop a lot at a time unless there's a problem. But when they molt, their body will be like, time to drop all of these and make new ones, and then you have some very skexy, manky looking birds for a while. Like just parts, like they'll end up with like one feather sticking out of their bare chicken butt, or like just the feathers on their head will stay. They look real sad. And I usually I try to pick up anything of theirs I have that like my little jar of feathers, pretty feathers I've gotten from, and like this is from Colberta. Like she died last year, so it's nice to have. I had a guinea hen for like 4 days before a coyote killed it, so I've got some feathers from that.
And you named her, and so
right, yeah, they definitely, predators always eat the most expensive ones and the ones that you care about the most. So it's a weird like defense mechanism. If you can sort of, I have a contract of duty with the birds to care for them all as individuals who matter. But it's true that if you get more emotionally invested in any one bird, the forces of the universe pick that one off first. So you're trying to do this peripheral, like I genuinely care, but I have to care in a sidelong way, because otherwise the universe notices, and that is definitely who gets picked off by a predator. It's weird. And so it's a weird thing. I have been able to not have to use that same strategy with my kids, I'm happy to say, but with birds it seems to be a real problem. Look at this little thing I got. Can you see it?
oh, Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Ciao, Ciao.
I don't know what that was.
Listen.
Oh,
It's a freaking music box.
cute.
Ciao, 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 una mattina mi sono svegliato e trovato l'invasor. Got it when I was in Italy.
Yeah, you
But I
did.
carry it around in my pocket. Then I know that, you know, I may not have a bag of soup for my family, but I have just a little bit of pocket insurrection with me
You say a,
at
a
all
bag
times.
of soup. I'm thinking you keep soup in bag now.
Soup and bag now. Well, it used to just be the old bag of dicks, but I guess now it's a bag of soup.
I'm
Soup,
trying
soup,
to
soup
draw
on
on
the-
my iPad, but it's too bright in this room and I'm having a hard time seeing what I'm doing.
It's
Mm.
really bright. You kind of have this like super dramatic old Dutch master lighting on one side of your face. Like you look like you're in a Rembrandt painting.
Actually, we do have the ring light just still on. I bet I could turn that off and just use the ambient light.
And I have to poop.
If you could not do that on camera, that would be awesome. I'm definitely supportive of your digestive process, but not on film.
Mhm.
Not
Would
to
you
judge.
turn off the light as you go?
Is it this? That's not a switch. Oh, it is.
You're not a switch.
Oh, that's not better.
I didn't mean that.
Let's turn it back on.
You look fine. What's the problem? Can you not see, or is it too?
Oh, it's better this way. This is better.
She's saying she's having a hard time seeing her iPad.
I think
Gotcha.
the brighter is better.
Okay.
Have
Well,
fun
I'm
in the loo.
Happy crafting. I'm not going to show you my next project.
I hope you brought enough for the whole class. This project is called pouring off the bacon fat for use later. You'd think I was super domestic all the time, but I'm just trying to get through a bunch of ingredients and things.
Yeah, I will
was
say,
fun.
one of the tiny little silver linings of my life right now is I have been cooking more
Oh, good.
and making some delicious food things. I made like a Korean beef taco out of
Oh.
beef chuck. And it was freaking delicious and cheap. So it was $14 for like 2.5 pounds, 2 3/4 pounds.
Right. Instead of $14 for one set of tacos.
Well, for one big, I mean, you know, and I can freeze the leftovers and in little cups. And what else did I make? I make bread now, pretty regularly. And I made, what else
That's
did I make? I made a bunch of stuff. Now I can't think of it, but yeah, I've been cooking more.
Well, that's great.
Kind of have to, which I was never a really good cook. And Magnus is like, I think you're a better cook than you think you are. I was like, I appreciate your optimism here.
I guess I never thought about it, man, but like I've been to your house a million times, but I can't think in 30 years of knowing you that I've ever seen you make food. There's no like judgment in that, but I've just never seen it.
You definitely made food for me at your house.
What did I make for you?
I don't remember. But I know like you and Magnus were both in the kitchen.
Well, there you go. Proof.
There it is.
See, all right. Yeah. Same. So, Sir David Percival, if you lived any freaking closer, I would be driving up once a week to get like a goodie bag
Right.
of delicious things that you make. So, yeah.
I do a lot of baking, but I have a very slapdash attitude. People always say that, but with baking, you have to be really precise. And I'm like, do you though? Jim and I can't care about that. I just do a lot of cooking and hope.
I need more contrast.
All right. Quiche done. My muffins are almost done. So well done. Got 21 flavored cupcakes. On my list of things I'm trying to do here this week is get the young people registered for college.
What?
That's where we are.
Don't make me slap you.
Good thing I'm over here. Yeah, isn't that a trip? They are both going to be doing some community college classes over this. Zip Flash is interested in pursuing, science or whatever, and in order to do that, to even apply to a vet science program, you have to already have done a bunch of college classes. So, they've got to do their prerequisites, I suppose. So, and I frankly, I wish I was a better resource when it comes to this part, because I'm not I never got a college degree. So I'm always like, who do we talk to? What the hell's a registrar? Like, I'm doing my best.
Right.
But I will say, if you're not if you haven't been through the whole college bureaucracy thing, I feel like maybe it's a bit occult. Like, it's a bit like, it's not self-evident to me, because I can't just go in and, sort of bully my way through with the secretary like you do in school with kids.
Yeah.
I want to talk to the principal. Huh?
It's horrifying. I remember navigating all of that stuff and just being like, I don't speak this language.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm trying to speak it for both of them, and for the first time in their lives, because Zip Flash is now 18. So it's like, I have to get permission. They have to get permission from them to even talk to me, even though I still have to pay the bills, which I get on one level. But on the other hand, I'm like, dude, I promise this kid isn't paying for their own books, or, and I want them to cultivate their, individual sense of themselves, and also an individual sense of consequences. But I've been trying to help, Dr. Freaky get registered for his classes for a week, because I can't do it. It's less direct than it would be as a person who has spent a lifetime forcefully advocating. So that's my in-between project this week, in between getting ready for the Burlesque Festival and sewing chicken feathers onto this dress. So, arting. Let me see.
You're arting so hard right now.
Ooh, London says, my local zoo is always looking for veterinary students for internships.
Really?
That's great, because that's the other thing, is in order to even apply for a vet tech program, not only do you have to have completed a bunch of, chemistry classes and a bunch of things, you have to be working for a vet. So you have to get a vet to hire you before you're qualified to work for a vet in order to apply for the schooling to do the job, which I get. On the one hand, they want to make sure that you're serious about it and you have a stomach for it, because obviously, veterinary work's not for the faint of heart. But trying to find anybody who wants to hire a kid when they have no skills. All right, London, what zoo is that? That's out on the West Coast, right? Reverend Tommy says, I can cook and bake and grill. Nina Lee says, it's a rocket.
It's a racket.
It's a racket. Oh, thank you. Not wearing my eyeglasses. Sorry. I had the financial to call me at the end of my freshman year. What? That's insane.
And in the great scheme of things, $2,000 is nothing in the great college scheme of things.
Right. But as a person digging coins out of your car seats for gas. KrampusCon. Yeah, I got KrampusCon coming up too, right? In a couple weeks. Very excited about that.
Got some guys asking about, we're not going to talk about that, but the answer is no. That's all I will say about that. Maybe tonight or tomorrow night. Veterinarians stay in a spare room. Oh, yeah. Oh, I would like to rent out a room. There's a place where you can rent rooms to med students. There's a whole website that specializes.
Really?
Yeah. And it's they want furnished rooms for short-term rentals. But longer than a week, but less than a year.
Travel nurses are the same way, because they're
coming in. Travel nurses. Yeah. And
if you're a travel nurse, I had a travel nurse that I did a lot of tarot work for, and she was like, the hard part as a travel nurse is that, you have to be willing to leave home for 3 months. The good part is that you just back your car up and they dump a dump truck full of money into your car. So it seems like the nomadic lifestyle of working the Renaissance Festival, except that you're going basically from Airbnb to Airbnb or a hospital to have your car filled with money. So, and people want to rent to those people because they know they have money, they're not there for long, and they're too busy to hang around their apartment making a mess. They just want to get sleep, get clean, get food, watch Netflix, go back to the hospital.
Right. Right.
Nina Lee says, seeing how I made the decision to go to a stupidly expensive private Christian college and will be paying them off until you die. Right?
Right.
Just send them an envelope full of actual pennies and tell them I figured out that I will, in the rest of my life, if I send you 140 pennies a year, I'm sure they'll be thrilled to get pennies in the mail.
Another hour?
All right. Time for me to check my cupcakes.
Are you doing one later too?
Bigger.
Looks good.
Bigger. All right, let me fix this.
Cupcakes. See, puppy. Usually I put them in paper baking cups, but I couldn't find any. So here's my fancy gluten-free.
Oh, look at that.
All right. This is why I feel like it's a good thing I didn't try to fit any more in each tin because they might have gotten too big and like.
Wow. That is awesome. Look at that. Holy crap.
I'm not the worst. I'm not the worst.
Huh.
Here comes that'd be great. Hey, you can come say hi to your channel. They've been watching me make cupcakes. Hi, channel. There's Mavo and Kitty.
Hey,
Victoria
Dog,
oh, that guy.
Nina.
Nova, welcome.
hey, I just saw you.
Oh, it's everyone I killed.
Hey, Dr. Freaky.
What?
What?
Look how
I
long
mean-
your hair is.
I know. I want to braid it.
They're on the internet, so.
Technically, no one's made a death save, so.
Where's the for my signs?
That's right.
Well, no one's gonna revive me because they're all gone.
This is horseradish.
But Kitty doesn't need to make a death save because Mega devoted their life to.
I wouldn't say she devoted her life, like more like she's strugglingly with what tiny thread of life was hanging on, tried to loop it onto something as she fell into the abyss of death.
Uh-huh.
This way.
Ragnar has to get his head back together.
Back together.
There's a lot of pieces of his head floating out in the universe now. So, I mean,
I forgot about that. You can't because Thraknars doesn't exist. I murdered him.
that's just his head. He totally exists. He's just in little tiny pieces. He's still got his pants. Thrak
And
pants.
Cap,
I didn't even get to the guy who's got his elbows.
I knew that Elbows was going to enter into it.
Thrak elbows. He used it to drop Thrak elbows.
In German, it's Thrakellenbogen.
Thrak elbows.
I made quiche and some gluten cupcakes and bacon, but most of the bacon got eaten, not all of it by me. So he had to throw out so many notes. Yes, I have to say, he had the size of the pile of hats next to the computer. Far outweighs what was seen on screen. It's Petrov Gazebo. Oh, I haven't seen that one yet. That's good. Petrov. Piotr. His Roman name is Paulus, if you didn't know. Ow, ow, ow. Mm.
Alrighty.
Well, I'm the only one who gets to eat what you've made today. Mab probably shouldn't be eating what she's making, and Kitty and Brett
Brett
probably should.
definitely shouldn't.
Yeah, definitely don't. Please. His is still in process, right?
Yeah.
Okay, theoretically, let's say all the pieces of Thraknar got caught in the gravity of a planet. Then one by one, they drop like meteors on the surface. Would the planet become Thraknar?
Ooh.
Speaking of hypotheticals.
Why would you say something with Paulo right there?
Thraknar, he's our planet.
He's our
You can't do it.
asteroid.
He's a planet.
Thraknar, he's our asteroid. If he Oh my goodness.
Since Paulo's home, I keep saying, don't forget, it's good for your mental health to touch ass. I mean, grass.
Yeah, because they don't have grass in Texas. Which
They don't.
They don't.
The fair is just a big sandbox filled with guinea hens and carnies.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It's true. I'm sad I didn't get to see them in person, Kitty, and I also am sad I didn't get to see the guinea hens because I love them.
They're pretty
And I
cute.
know you might sometime make it to me, but the guinea hens won't.
Right. I'm not bringing them with me.
Every year I ask Paula to steal a few. I'm like, no one will notice. How bad could it be driving across the country with several guinea hens in your truck? I mean, how bad could it be? Everyone at every gas station would be like, who's imprisoned in that vehicle? Thraknar, the living planet. I want the Nat 21 parody of Guardians of the Galaxy too.
Right?
Is that the one that has the pan flaps? Is that the one that ends with pan flaps?
No.
Oh, that's the only Guardians of the Galaxy one I think I've ever seen.
Did you say pan flaps?
Do
or
not
pan?
watch the third one.
I saw the one with the screaming goats.
Oh, I think that was
That might have been Thor.
Thor. Yeah.
Thor. At the end, he's making pancakes for the like omnipotent kid. And he's like, what? They're pan flaps. They're very popular on Earth, which is what I say every time I make pancakes at our house. I make everyone eat them because they're popular on Earth. So on their Thrak flaps, what do you call them on planet Thraknar?
You know, Black.
Well, Thor, Love and Thunder. Thank goodness that Reverend Tommy has like a amazing recall of all facts. I bet he doesn't even have to look up his own passwords.
That's like the mad flex these days.
Right? The more they're like, we want to suggest a super strong password for you. And it's like, I mean, I get it, but also in a world where like, I don't know, the geek Stapo can just roll in and like steal all your personal data from the government. I don't really feel like me having really complicated passwords I can't remember is the thing protecting me from information loss. So if that's the case, can I just please have password 77, something I can remember?
Yeah.
Hypothetically speaking, of course.
That's why I like to make mine little phrases that don't make sense. It
Right.
kind of helps, but I still have like my phone knows all my passwords. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But like Thraknar is, I mean, I like words from video games that are like clearly made up words for that video game. But like in this case, Thraknar might be a good password. You know, Thraknar, he's our man.
Jaws is his life.
Every
Jaws is-
Thraknar devotee's password is 1, 2, 3, 4 Thraknar.
What do we want, Thraknar? When do we want it? For all time.
Thraknar. What?
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 I don't know how Cubby's backdrop looks for the rest of you, but for me, there's this pear flying right under Mab's face, and it's definitely a little phallic looking.
Those are my
Those are your what?
my pericles.
Yes, indeed. I can see them.
That's where I keep my perm.
Well, the people got to see Tittles because he came in to supervise me making cupcakes, and they got to see Kittens, who climbed all over the screen and kept bumping me out of the show. They opened up a whole page of coding I've never seen before in my life. Yeah. I got a flash of eyesight of both lads. One of them was like, wait. They were like, oh, good, it's Mav and Kitty. Wait, the camera's live? They ducked out of here. And they're like, I do not consent to be on the internet. They ran away.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to, I should be conversational and I probably shouldn't be doing this, but this needs to be done. But this is like, I'm trying to fill in the background. It's hard to see.
Ooh.
Like you can see, I was like trying to do like a mass fill, an easy fill, but there's these little spaces.
Yeah.
Little tiny spaces, which means I have to go in and clean it up manually. I'm like, son of a bitch.
That's the kind of thing that you should actually have AI for, not taking away the bulk of creativity.
Well, AI got me this far. It was the automated tool that, I'm like, here,
Gotcha.
clear this out. But because there's these little cracks in the sketch of the snake thing, and of course I am kind of old-fashioned. There might be a better tool than what I'm doing, but this is how I did it back in the day, and gosh darn it, I'm gonna keep doing it like this. And
okay, Grandma. All right, I'm just gonna mention that I can't boop the booper because I don't have the booping controls, but Reverend Tommy says, what? Are you saying you don't remember all of your passwords? And Nina Lee said, how does it feel to have your shit together, Tommy? I bet you finish chapstick before you lose them too.
whoa.
Chapstick, or in my case, Burt's Bees is like bobby pins. In my life, I bought 5,000, but when I need one, I can't find one.
0. And this,
Hobbiton,
come
so
up with a sentence, and then your password is the first character of each letter. So I have actually done this, and I turned it into, the other thing I do with my password is I turned it into a mantra of,
Oh yeah.
So it's a thing that I say every time I have to
Sure.
type in a password. So
Klaatu Verata Nikto, is that it?
what was the other one? I want to say Traguna Macoides Tracorum Cetus D. Tragunum Macoides Tragorum Cetus D.
What's that from?
Macoides Tracorum Cetus D.
Traguna.
Substitutionary locomotion. It's the power. It's from Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
Oh.
It is the best example, use case example of a witch using her powers to kill fascists.
I'll have
So-
to check it out. Bedknobs and Broomsticks. The people have leapt into the air to be enthusiastic about that. Paolo,
I
there's
love that. It's one of my absolute favorite movies of all time.
never saw it. I have a bad case of
Okay,
You know,
I know
most
you're not a
things-
big watching movie person, but this is I put it on my tablet when I travel so that I can watch it. And the next time I'm visiting, we can have a little movie night.
all right. That sounds great.
Because it's Angela Lansbury
Oh, yeah, okay, that's adorable.
and it's a musical. And she meets an old carny swindler who's trying to convince her.
Nuh-uh.
It takes place in London. And
I love
Oh.
London.
there's a scene where they go to Portobello Road and they're singing. That's where I'm always singing Portobello Road. Portobello Road, Portobello Road, street where the riches of ages are stowed. Anything and everything a chap can unload is sold by the barrow in Portobello Road.
Okay, so sometime instead of craft day, we'll just have Ansa and Mab sing you all their favorite show tunes because I can sing all of Evita and the Aristocats from memory, and that will be
Ooh.
I am so I on a totally different subject. I did a wedding this weekend as the finale for our show or the Fringe Festival, and then we won. We won audience choice for the whole festival, which was
I saw that. That's
exciting.
awesome.
I know, it was exciting. And I wished I knew because I would have gone to the closing ceremonies if I knew we were going to win. But instead, I was like, it's Monday, man. I've had a long weekend and my house is torn apart from being filled with performers. So, but that was cool. So the folks just sent me a message asking me about their, wedding license stuff. So just checking in on that.
Oh, because it was the people got married in the show, right?
Yeah. For the finale, I married these people, and they knew it was going to be the fastest wedding ever because, of course, it's basically we had to in order to fit them, we had to cut a number, so it needed to be the length of a number in the show. But it was very heartfelt and adorable. But meanwhile, I'm in the middle of a show and a festival trying to do the legal paperwork. So they just sent me a message. It was like, we're all wibbly wobbly and excited, but what do we need to do legally? I'm like, just sign some paperwork.
That does remind me. I need to go get my officiate license.
Yeah. It's important.
Yeah, just to have it,
And get all of your LGBTQ people married while they still can.
Yep.
That was why these folks wanted to do it now. Because there was even there was a public event for that in 2 weeks, and they're like, we don't even want to wait that long. We want to get it done. And I think they met in the venue that we were in, and so they had asked if they could do it there because the venue was sentimental as well as everything else. So
what venue was it in? I know it was Fringe.
It was at Fallout, which is like our goth, sort of club. It was very cute. Reverend Tommy's going to do one too. Do a wedding ceremony.
Of course. Oh, Reverend Tommy, you are awesome.
It is in the name, I suppose,
Yeah. I'm like, harp derp. He's a fireman, he's a maker, glass blower, and a reverend, and a Ren Fair supporter, and
and he's the walking hard drive for Nat 21's lore, which I'm always like, oh right, I forgot that happened. So thank goodness for you. On the paperwork, speaking of reverend, and the paperwork, of course, for the city in these times, I'm legally required to list myself as the civil celebrant. That is the name of my title. But on their actual, their certificate, their frameable marriage thing, I just put priestess, which is what they preferred anyway. So, but legally, I have to go with, it's like, you don't know, I may be an uncivil celebrant.
I'm gonna
I did say, did you guys bring rings? You're like, yes. It's like, do you have vows? So I was able to be for comedy's sake, I could be slightly less civil due to the nature of it. You want to exchange them? Sounds great. It's very cute.
I am thinking when I finally go down to the courthouse and submit my paperwork and the fees and whatever, I will be offering goblin weddings.
Aww.
Where I can be a goblin officiate.
Oh my God, please. Yes. I mean, I probably used a lifetime quota of marriages myself, but if not, I would definitely love to have a goblin officiate. That's great.
Oh, adorbs. All right. Now.
That is adorable. Hello. As some of you know, I did a wedding as Agra from the Dark Crystal. Still get married? You think a good idea? You just had the big third eye and the big wig and I harumphed my way down the aisle. It was super fun. So where are we on shed progress? Clearly, you guys are taking a break or whatever. Mm.
All right, I did the thing. It's finally freaking done.
Finally freaking done. Finally freaking done. All right. Well, I suppose it's about time for me to jump off and try to go help a kid register for college classes.
We haven't done much trivia today, but
Oh yeah, there's a question. Sorry, I forgot. There's a question for Paulo. I said something and then he was busy. London Fog asked something to the effect of, "How do you see yourself being hugged by 2 goblins? 3 foot tall goblins."
3 foot goblins.
That really depends on the ulterior motives of the
That's what I said. It's like if it's a bar fight, then that's going to be very different.
Normally, I would assume that one would be trying to get behind me and kneel down, and the other one would tackle you, go high, so that you fall over the other one.
Did you hear that, London? But I think in this context, they're supposed to be actually hugging you, not hugging you. So, like,
Yeah, I think it's a warm hug.
yes. So London, the word from Paolo is that they imagine it's like if they really want to hug you, it's going to be a run and a leap rather than a stationary thing. More like kittens. Like, I'm so excited to do this hugging that I possibly could knock you down with enthusiasm. That's what I'm hearing. Hugs with love. All right. Backwards magnets ended up not being so completely disastrous. Backwards magnets. Okay. I've not seen Dark Crystal Age of Resistance. Paulo watched it in the other room and it sounded like 20 episodes of screaming. So I never felt if you don't watch it and you just listen, it's just the never ending sound of Gelflings and Skeksis screaming. The soundtrack was very stressful from remotely. So I didn't ever get around to watching it. If I want to look at Skeksis, I could just go look at some molting birds.
Aww, that's basically accurate.
All right. Did I miss anything in there? He's almost unbearably British.
It was adorable. Honestly, you need to see it. I think you would fucking love the hell out of this movie. She's a witch, but she has a terrible memory. And then it's during World War II, and there's these kids that got they rehoused all these kids to save them from the bombing in London. And she has this big mansion and a farm, and she doesn't know how to handle kids. And it's just so adorable. And she's like, I have very, very important work to do for the war effort. And because she's trying to learn how to be a witch, and you don't really know exactly why she's trying to be a witch, and she's doing a correspondence course, and she has a cat, Mr. Creepers, and she says, I don't believe in giving cats silly names. That's the name that he came with, so that is what we called him.
Mr. Creepers.
Cosmic Creepers. That's the name of the cat. Cosmic Creepers. I don't believe in giving silly names to cats, so that is the name he's come with, and that is the name I shall call him.
I have a piece of trivia about that time period, actually, about Muncaster Castle, that during the war, of course, as you're just saying, like lots of kids were being taken out of London in that area and put in lots of other places. Like they'd fill all the barns in a village with bunks and send all the kids there, that kind of thing. And the whole village would have to sort of conspire to take care of these kids during the war because it wasn't safe for them to remain in London while it was being actively bombed. Muncaster, however, they told the government, we don't particularly want lots of children running around the castle. So instead, they smuggled all of the art from the Tate Museum into Muncaster, and they hid it there during the war because since the artistic heritage of the nation was there, they didn't also have to take children. And Muncaster is quite big. There's a lot of rooms, so they had, and it's remote. So that was I don't know if they're particularly proud of it these days so much as they think it's also funny that their ancestors were, urchin averse. Cute.
I've been watching a lot of World War II movies. Well, Magnus has, and I've been kind of watching along. They are very uplifting right now.
Oh, that's good to hear. World War II Farm, man. If you haven't seen World War II Farm, you got to watch it.
Hey.
And Edwardian Farm, Victorian Farm, World War II Farm. It'll make you want to go convert your car to something that runs on stuff you can find around.
Yeah, I've seen it actually. Yes, that's
Really
one
good.
of the shows. Yeah.
I
You
gotta-
rolling, Kitty?
I gotta peel out. Yeah. Love you guys.
Love
Bye,
you too.
Kitty.
I'm
Thanks for
thinking
hanging
we might end early tonight or today as well because I've got stuff that it's hard to split focus. I've got a lot of work I'm trying to do at the moment.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
me
stay
too.
focused.
Totally okay.
Kid, college. So I got to go take care of the next generation. Speaking of whether we like children or not, I'm going to go spend my afternoon trying to turn these children into functional adults who have to live in the world that we're leaving them. So going to go do my best to try to make up for that. Bye.
No, thank you guys.
Bye,
We're gonna drop off a little early today.
Love you all.
I want to say thank you to everybody. You know, I can do the whole promo drill, but I will say, since we have the rotating show of the week, friendly reminder, tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. is the Patreon Saints game. And I am pretty excited about that and also terrified. So we'll see what happens. So in the meantime, stay crafty and yeah, let's do the thing, you know? So stay crafty. I'll see you later. Bye.